Shaved head, facial hair, goatee, kind of handlebar mustache style. Very in shape, buff, cut, heavily tattooed. Honestly, as I characterized you in the weeks leading up to our visit, I said the guy that when you go to the gym, you know, for that New Year's resolution, the third, fourth year in a row, and I'm going to work off this gut, and I'm going to get in shape, and I'm going to start eating right. It's like you're the guy that people look at and go, yeah, that guy. You know, maybe if I stick to this, I can whip myself into shape. Except that, and I've seen you shirtless. You've got a better six-pack and set of pecs than me. I'm not too ashamed to say, and that's not saying a lot, but, you know.
Let's just say, come on now.
But upon further investigation, working my way just a little further south, that's where you start to bear a remarkable resemblance to my wife. All right?
Well, I don't know about that. I haven't seen your wife, but
yeah. Well, that's a compliment too.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying So basically, you know what? You take it from there, man. What's going on?
What's going on is
Yes.
I was born a female.
Okay.
And I always felt that I wasn't a female. I always felt that I was a man. And I grew up pretty much treated like I was a boy, but there got to be a certain part of my life where I started going through puberty and growing breasts and kind of becoming a woman, and people started having to treat me like a female. So I had a really traumatic life pretty much until I decided that I couldn't deal with life anymore as a female because I felt like a man, and I had a sex change. I had a sex change to a man. I started taking hormones. I started going to the gym. I really started, you know, pumping my body up, and basically, I decided that the only surgery that was going to work for me was to have a chest surgery, which is to basically remove my breasts. And my surgeon did an amazing job. He left no scars. That's why people are confused with me.
I was going to say, whoever that guy is,
Yeah.
you know, he needs to unseat Dr. 90210 with his own television show.
He's been on 902.
Oh, yes,
What is
okay.
it? 912, whatever.
Yeah. No, that it was very impressive. So, all right, so here's where we're all going to learn something.
Right.
Because when you say sex change, I'm thinking, okay, well, the whole deal. You
Sure.
know, you either have you got the girl parts and you get the penis added on, or you get the penis taken off and you become the girl. But it sounds like from your description, because you've stayed intact below the belt line,
Sure.
that you can have a sex change without that step involved, right?
Basically, you can, because I've done it.
Yeah.
I've legally had a sex change. I've had my birth certificate changed to male. I've had my passport changed to male. I've had all my identification changed to male. Now, I think because there's some type of situation for males to females where they have to have a full surgery, which basically includes having their penis turned into a vagina.
Okay.
But for me, basically the government just asked for me to show a paper that showed I had sex reassignment surgery, which is called SRS. My surgeon wrote to the government and said, Buck has had sex reassignment surgery. I feel that he is fully a man and he should be entitled to that sex change. That was all the government needed.
Huh.
So they
you
didn't
could just
ask.
petition for it.
That's all I did, and
Yeah.
that's what I got. So.
I wonder how lax they are with that sort of thing. We ought to send a letter in for Pete Turley that just says, you know, he's not very good at sports.
Yeah.
We'll start with that, and then see if we need to get more,
I think not. I think it's very different now.
Yeah.
This was before 9/11.
Oh, right.
And
yeah.
I really believe laws have been really changed because of 9/11 and terrorists.
Yeah, because you know now if you let people who undergo gender reassignment, if you let them file the paperwork now post 9/11, you know what happens, Buck? The terrorists win.
Exactly. That's a terrorist.
That's right. That's right. All right. So now you're obviously that's your personal life and your biology, but you are a premier adult performer. I mean, that's why you're out here. Now, let's talk to me about that part, the public side of what you do, the companies that you work for and that sort of thing, and the products.
Basically, I was working behind the scenes in the adult industry, and I saw that there were no transsexual men at all in the history of porn. Yet, she-male porn, transsexual female porn, is huge. It's a huge genre. It's a huge multi-million-dollar making genre in the porn industry. Why are there no transsexual men? It was mind-boggling to me.
And what we're talking about there is you're saying that there's plenty of transsexuals who have the male apparatus but appear female in every other way.
Exactly.
But you were saying that you didn't see anybody who had the female parts but were masculine in every other way.
Basically, yeah. I mean, they chicks with penises, and that's huge, and there were no guys with vaginas. I mean, to be honest with you, most guys like me, called F to M's, female to male transsexuals, are not comfortable with having female parts. I don't really consider it a female part. I consider it basically just part of me being a man, just a different way. The reason why, I have to go back and let you know, the reason why I always wanted to have a penis. It wasn't like I just said I'm never going to have one. I wanted to have one. But the surgery is not up to par. It doesn't work. You don't get it hard. You can't pee through it. What am I going to do with it? I don't need this thing hanging between my legs, and it's useless. Plus, you can lose your orgasm. I like sex. I love sex. I mean, the minute they told me I can lose my orgasm, that was it. I wasn't even going to think about it anymore. So that's why I chose not to have that surgery.